Hey beauties, you're welcome to yet another tutorial video. If you're new here, you are most welcome. My name is Chinyere for short, and if you're a returning subscriber, thanks for always coming back. This is for you. So quickly in today's tutorial, we're going to be making this beautiful crisscross dress with side ruffles. We already have the cutting tutorial up on the channel already. I'm going to be leaving the link in the description box. You can always check that out before you continue watching this. In case you have missed out on that, it's already up on the channel. So today we are going to be concentrating on the stitching process that is involved in making of this beautiful dress. If this one is the one you're interested in, sit right back, relax, enjoy learning while you subscribe if you haven't done so, and also give this video a like, and generally let me also know your thoughts in the comment section below. So without further ado, let's dive right into the tutorial. Here I have the front and back lower part of the dress, and here is the peplon area. That's the part for the ruffles by the side. Okay, and for this one, this is the upper front, and then this is for the crisscross, all set for stitching. But I'm going to start by showing us that this peplum, the way I cut it, I'm going to be joining two to give me just one peplum. Okay, so this two is going to give me one peplum for each side, and I'll also turn it with another fabric. So here I have the peplum already stitched together and turned with another one. So this is what it looks like, but I'm going to be stitching this side down. I'm going to be closing that side up and then have it turned inside out and then give it a good press. So this is the upper back area. So this is one side of it, and this is the dart. Okay, and then this is the second part for the upper back. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, I have the dart already ironed out and also the zipper allowance. So I placed it side by side. So this is what I should have. So this is the upper front as well. I have the dart as well, and I also have the breast dart, so that it can accommodate the bust, as you can see. Okay, so that place is not just flattened. So this is what we have. And then for the length here, I use the breast dart so that it can be equal to the length of the back, as you can see already. So this is what we have here. I also have it well ironed, and also have the interfacing also well ironed. Just endeavor to always give your fabric a good press. Then this is the lower front part of the dress as well. I already have it interfaced as well, and the dart done as well. So this is what it looks like. So I turned it inside out so that I can give it a good press as I go. So this is the ruffled part, that's the peplon already well ironed. Can you see how beautiful that has turned out to be? And then this is the lower back. So this is me ironing out the zipper allowance of the back. After ironing the lower back part of the dress, that's zipper allowance area, and then you place it side by side, this is what you should have. And then I place the front on it, and then I keep that aside. I come over to the crisscross part of the dress, and then this is the upper front part, and then this is also the interfacing for the upper front. I'm going to be stitching this part with half an inch. So this is the front part stitched with the interfacing with quarter of an inch, sorry, not half an inch. So I have that well ironed out, and then I get this crisscross part of the dress. I place it over like so. I also get the second one. I place it on each. As you can see, this has given us that we have achieved the crisscross effect of this dress. And then in pinning it down, do not pin it down with the interfacing. Okay, just pin the crisscross part of the dress with just the main fabric, and by the time you get to this point, can you see that's where the crisscross part touches the main fabric, as in where the connection terminates? You notch that part. I'm sure you can see what I did here. So this part, you're going to be stitching this part separate and then this part separate. Okay, and next I take out the pins and then have the second crisscross part placed on this other one, so that I can also notch that point together, so that I can have the exact point notched. So I'm going to be turning this part inside out so that I can stitch it down to this point that is notched. Let's head over to the stitching machine so that we can have it stitched. So this is how the stitching goes. So I just hold the part that I want to stitch down, and then the other part I'm not stitching, I just fold it over like so, and then I'm going to be stitching all the way to the end of the crisscross part, and I'm going to be doing the same thing to the two of them. So I have it stitched, and then you turn it inside out and then have it also well ironed. So this is what it looks like. So I have it stitched, and then I'm now turning it inside out, after which I'm going to be giving it a good press. So this is the crisscross part of the dress being ironed, and after I was done ironing, this is what we have for the crisscross part. And then I come back to the upper front area. I raise the interfacing part, and then I get one of the crisscross, and then I place it like so. So just watch how I do. From that point that I notched, I pin it down again. Okay, and I'm going to be doing the same thing to the second part of the crisscross. So you have this done, and then after the pinning, you're going to be stitching it down. In doing that, you flip the interfacing over like so, and then you're going to make sure everything is well laid, and then you're going to be stitching from this part. Can you see? You're going to be stitching from this part all the way, and also on the other side you do the same thing. Okay, so now that I'm done stitching, the next thing is for me to notch. So I'm going to be notching both sides, that is the outer area of this dress. I have it notched, and I cut off this part so that the turning out can be, you know, smooth at that point. So this is what it looks like after I've done stitching, and then I turned it inside out. I came back also to give it a good press like I would always do. So this is what it looks like. So at this point, you can see that our crisscross effect, you know, has taken shape. I'm not even saying it's taking shape, it has taken shape. Then for this part, it's either you stitch or you use a hemming gum to hold it down. But for me, I'm going to be holding it down with the use of a hemming gum. So in case you do not know what a hemming gum looks like, let me show you what it looks like. So this is what you should have as a hemming gum. I'm going to be using the black one. It also has the white type. So I just place it neatly at the edge of this crisscross. That's where the crisscross, you know, touches the main body, and I have it well ironed. Make sure that it is well laid. I do the same thing to the second crisscross, and also have it well ironed. So my crisscross has, you know, it's in good hands now. It's okay and perfect. So as you can see, this is what we should have for the crisscross for the front part of, you know, this dress. And then for the back, in attaching the back, so just watch carefully how I do that. I can see I have it with the zip allowance at the center. So let me measure out my crisscross to make sure that I have the required length. So my length is still very intact. I also measure the second one, and I have the length also correct. So in doing that, I turn this over, and then I get the back part back on the front, as you can see me laying it, and then I get the crisscross. I place it over on the back part like this. Don't take it too much to the armhole area, and then I have it pinned down on both sides of the back part. So after the pinning is done, I can now separate the front from the back part so that I can attach the interfacing on it. So this is what the back looks like now. So it's time for me to now stitch the interfacing on it. So this is the interfacing for this part, and I'm going to be stitching at this upper part and also on the side. And then I do the same thing to this part. I stitch then and I stitch down. So this is what it looks like after I'm stitching, and I'll also give it a very good press. And at this point, we are almost done. So you can see the front and the back, the crisscross, everything set. So the next thing is just for me to stitch the side. And in stitching the side, I have it laid out like so, and then I'm going to be using the body measurement divided by 2. Okay, so I divide the bust by 2, I divide the under bust round by 2, I also divide the waist by 2. So I'm just going to be stitching along this part. I also do the same measurement to the back part as well. So this is the back. I already have it marked out as well. So I'm going to be stitching the upper parts together and then the lower parts together as well. I'm so sorry guys, I don't know how I lost the clip on where I attached, you know, the ruffles on the lower part, but I'm sure you can, you know, find your way around that. So I have it, you know, stitched, and then I'm going to be opening up the seam as well for the upper part and then the lower part. And as soon as I am done ironing the inner part, I just turn over to the outer part. I just keep ironing. I iron it as much as I could just to give me a pleasant, you know, look at the end of the day. So this is what we should. I just keep ironing. I don't know exactly what I'm ironing at this point. So this is the lower part well ironed and ready, and then this is the upper part. The next thing just for me to stitch both the lower and the upper part down, and then I put the zipper, and guys, we are done. So I'm done stitching the upper to the lower parts, and next is just for me to fix the zipper part. And guys, we are done. So this is what we have, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed every bit of this tutorial, guys. This is beautiful. Just tell me that in the comment section, guys. See you in my next one. Bye.